All right, and we are live and back. I don't know who asked us to be back, certainly by not popular
Uh,
demand, but we are
no,
back. And we are
not
going to
popular demand.
cover tomorrow's Wednesday, the 25th, Delaware, pick 5. My name is AJ Ryder. You may know me. And if you're on this channel, I do hope you know me because I am one of the triple clowns. I've been on here quite a bit. If you did not tune in last week, the man to my
This would
right,
be your
yeah, my right, is a guy who's so arrogant he puts his name twice in his Twitter handle. Tom of Tom and Tom Racing.
I just have a stutter, AJ. We're already making fun of people with disabilities. That's
That's
fine.
exactly, yeah, and it probably won't be the last time we do it today. But if you did not join us last week, we started this show as kind of a concept of I play mostly the Naira tracks, Delaware or Delmar every now and again. Tom and Tom has been a big supporter and a guest quite a few times on our show, The Triple Clowns. And he is Mr. Delaware Park because Delaware Park pays him to do something. No one actually knows what his job title is. He just shows up there. He says he takes pictures, none of which Delaware Park has ever seen. So they pay him. He shows up. So we call him Mr. Delaware just because, I mean, he's getting a paycheck from Delaware Park and money clearly well spent because who knows what he does. And now he's
They
here.
they pay me in beer. We went over that last week. They
Yes, they
in
pay you in
that
beer. If
brewery.
you are an alcoholic, I found out that Delaware Park is the place to go because they do have their own brewery. They have a pretty cool menu for the brewery. I do like how they do the
The
numbers.
saddlecloth colors.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Um, so yeah, we are back, and we're going to continue to come back, whether you like it or not, because it's Tuesday night, and we have nothing better to do, and neither do
Absolutely.
you. So keep tuning in. We did give out the pick 3 that we did last week. It paid a whopping $11.10. Um,
I paid it for
I mean,
$2, so I
well,
was at least able to. I at least got an Andrew Jackson out of it.
There was not much we could do about it. I mean, the weather was
So many
crappy,
scratches.
so many scratches, and yeah, I mean, we worked with what we had, and we still found a way to make a little bit of money out of it, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that
I
so
mean,
hey,
I unloaded on
that ain't too
Doctor
bad.
Post. So
Oh, what was that?
that the doctor horse that we both had.
Oh,
Um,
Dr. Ann.
yeah, I singled that, so I there was so many scratches, so it
Well,
wasn't
after the
wasn't
scratches, so did
terrible. Yeah,
I. I mean, what
yeah,
else were you gonna
yeah. Then
do?
I had a win bet, but I mean, again, was enough to lose somewhere else.
All right. Well, I got to make sure I monitor the chat, and I got to put this up because Dennis, porn will always be there. We're only live once in a while.
Dennis,
Look at,
trust
look at,
never
unless,
fails to disappoint. I That
unless you
guy's
got a
awesome.
bunch of subscriptions to OnlyFans, porn will always be there. Obviously, OnlyFans is numbered, and for those of you who don't know, OnlyFans has decided to stop doing sexually
Yeah,
explicit content.
yeah, I saw you and
Um,
Dennis chat about that. Yeah,
yeah,
that's
so Dennis,
sad.
get your time in with OnlyFans. Don't spend time with us, but for everyone else out there who's not a complete, I don't
Yeah.
even want to. I don't even want to talk bad about Dennis. Um, Porn will always be there. We, however, will not. So here we are. We're going to talk the pick 5 at Delaware, which starts at race 3. I don't know, Tom. Do you want to? I mean, anything you want to bring up before we actually go into the picks? I mean, we do have 5 races.
Yeah,
It took us about an
yeah,
hour and
it's
20 minutes to do 3 last week. So
yeah. So maybe we'll try to. I did. A couple people did let me know that it's a tad long. We did get a lot of good feedback from the folks at Delaware Park, AJ. A lot of jockeys and trainers and jockey agents were watched and liked and even and commented after they watched it. They were actually watching it on Wednesday between the races. So it's great. We have a couple folks lined up. Hopefully in the next coming weeks to we can harass an interview.
and for old Jay out there, hopefully We get it. Your income stream is not going to be what it was before, but hopefully we can give you a pretty productive pick five today for tomorrow that maybe
Yeah.
can help supplement that a little bit. No, you know what is funny was you were tweeting about that kind of all weekend, and it was great to see the jockeys, trainers, and people at Delaware like the show, especially considering I did nothing but bury that Delaware for most of the show.
We
And
have we
look,
we have
Delaware,
thick skin here in the small state.
look, Delaware Park. I want to say this to you right now before we go into this. I will continue to bash you only because you have a representative here who I do not necessarily care for a whole lot.
Sorry.
So when I bash Delaware Park, it's more of a look on Tom. I mean, you people don't deserve that. You hardworking, good folks at Delaware, and when I say hardworking, that excludes Tom because again, no one at Delaware knows what Tom does. So the jockeys, trainers, and the people at Delaware Park, you
They tolerate
represent,
me.
yeah, and pay you apparently. You represent what's good about racing. However, you just have a terrible representative that you bring to the show. You didn't deserve what I said last week, but unfortunately, when you
Wow.
bring Tom to the table, I have to do what I got to do. So,
This is
to
gonna
the
be
good people at Delaware Park, you didn't deserve that. Tom brought that upon you, not me, and not much might change
fine.
today. So,
I'm easy to hate, so that's fine, AJ. Love it.
and shout
Um,
out to the person who actually called you like a legend of Delaware Park on Twitter last week. In that picture, because
yeah.
what I mean, how drunk were you when you
No, it
posted
wasn't how
that?
drunk was me. It was how drunk was
No, not
was
you. Yeah,
was
the person
him.
posting. How drunk were
He was
they?
actually so. He was actually sober.
Because
But
I mean, I guess in a way you might be a legend because you're just embezzling money from them somehow to just kind of be there. Which is,
hey, you
look,
know
man,
what? You know
you
what?
do
We
what you got
do
to do.
have we have they have their own show now. So they thanks to DGen Nation and the clowns and the step clowns. So I threw in a couple favors with the big boys in the corner office at Delaware Park, and might get now we have this.
Yeah, and how I don't know if it was coincidence that we did this show, and now they are extending the meet 2 more weeks.
Probably because of us.
Yeah, I would imagine. I can't
our
see it
and
any
our
other way.
fantastic 5 viewers. So yeah,
Yeah,
let's get into it, man.
that's 5 more people watching Delaware Park than there were last week. So,
Bingo. Yeah, so we do have a pick five starting in race 3. Race we do have a excuse me, we do have a stakes race in the 6th race. Little $50,000 stakes race, but it's still nice for a Wednesday afternoon.
for 2 year olds, correct?
Yeah, yep, and we've got yeah, we should be on the turf. We've been in a rainforest the past week or two,
Yeah.
but hopefully we'll be on the turf because we have a few very nice turf races going off tomorrow with actually some uh, quality numbers going. So
Yeah.
with race 3, what I started off last week, AJ. If you
Uh,
why don't you
yeah.
this
Well,
race 3 was a bugger for me, so I'm interested to get your take on it.
yeah. So let's start off our pick five sequence here at race 3. Tom says the weather should be pretty good. We'll hopefully
It's
stay
gonna
on
be
the
hot.
turf.
It's actually gonna
Gonna
be.
be
Yeah,
hot.
I was actually worried that we might cancel because of the heat, but so far so good. Yeah, it's gonna be like 95 or something.
All right, solid. Yeah, so let's start it off race 3. We are going 1 mile and 70 yards on the turf. This is a maiden claimer for 16K. You want me to start it off? And I
Yeah,
will,
please.
because I went so many different ways with this because
Tough race.
yeah, these we're doing a lot of maiden claimers and 2 year old races in this pick five sequence, so it's tough. Um, I am going to pick the favorite here as one of my choices, Estilo Elegante.
Very good. I
Yeah,
believe so.
yeah,
V8.
it seems pretty right. Who just missed the last time out of Delaware? It looked pretty good at 7.5, and clearly in that race, the longer distance, this extra distance that she's getting in this race, I think will benefit her. She
Maybe.
also ran a really good race not that long ago at Tampa at a mile. So I think this distance is pretty good as far as the numbers go, and for all the numbers I refer to, they are off time form. That is what I use. Has put up two pretty good numbers especially compared to the rest of the field. So 9-5, rightfully so. I will have to include that 8 in there, and then
That 8,
from
just to piggyback on your 8,
mhm,
which is one of my picks, but I won't go too far on it. That last race that you mentioned
yeah.
had fantastic, to your point, had great late kick, and that extra yardage could work because came up from behind and finished off that race very nicely. So I just wanted to add that to your 8.
Well, maybe next time, just wait your turn. That'd be great.
Well,
So
I was trying to actually give you props for once,
that's
but
fine. Just don't interrupt me, and we're fine. So the other one I'll talk about is I went two ways here because depending on what I want to do in the last race, I might include an extra horse in this race, and vice versa. So the other one I'm going to talk about is going to be the 9, who I'm going to include no matter what, because I like how in a little bit higher priced here, lost to Holly's Lady, and this is a weird horse too because it's a 4 raced run 6-year-old. Which
strange.
to me is intriguing enough to the point where it's like, yeah, let's just fucking do it.
Hmm.
But I love that it came out, ran pretty good, ran a pretty good number, 74 on time form compared to the rest of the field. That's pretty solid. And lost to Holly's Lady, who's Holly's Lady went off after this race to be third in a stakes race here in Delaware. So clearly, I mean, Holly's Lady's a good horse. And now at this level of a maiden claimer, I have this 6-year-old, a matured horse. I feel like this horse could find its stride at any single moment because it's not a bad horse. I know it went off, but went a mile and 1/8. I would never run this horse at a mile and 1/8. In a 50K maiden special weight, and now comes back to Delaware. I just like that angle a lot. So I'm definitely going to have that horse out here. So I'm going 8, 9, and then here's the horse I'm kind of on the fence about, and that's going to be the 5 Flat Out Phoebe, because I just don't. It seems like I know a lot about these other horses. I've seen they've all ran enough. Flat Out Phoebe, this is only the second time she's ever ran, and how do I really evaluate what she did the first time out, a month ago, because it doesn't really seem like, well, off solely and trailed the whole time. It just didn't seem like
Hmm.
they ran her. So now coming back, I mean, might we get the effort that we think? Because I don't think if Carol, I don't want to butcher this name, Cedino,
Carol Cedeno. She is the
Cedino,
second leading jockey there.
number 2 at Delaware right now. That's what kind of caught my interest, is the fact that, okay, now you're getting the second best jockey or the second leading jockey right now at this park, and you're giving me 15 to
Yeah,
1
yeah.
on a
They
horse
kicked
when, again,
Lopez off.
yeah. And a lot of these other horses in the race, when you look at their first one, again, I'm going to go back to numbers. You're looking at 59, you're looking at 55, you're
Yep.
looking at 48. And then this horse, at the first time out, didn't even really run the race and ran at 64. So who knows what this horse is really capable of? And then again, that's just playing the number here, and then playing also the
Understood.
jockey. Like, so at 15 to 1, I mean, this horse could be the best in the field and second time start. I don't know much about the trainer to actually say that, but I mean, it's worth a shot, I think.
That all
And so,
through.
yeah, that's the horse that I'm going to maybe include, maybe not
I like
include.
that.
I'm going 9-8 for sure. The 5, if I got enough money, because I do think it makes my ticket somewhere in the $50 range, which I don't necessarily want to play, but I think it's an angle worth a shot.
That yeah, no, you know what? That 5 is interesting, and they kicked Lopez off and put Carol on there. Carol has been just on fire. She had a hat trick on Saturday. I think she only won one on Monday, but she's the I think the 5 or 6 time leading jockey there at Delaware in a row. Um, So she definitely knows her way around the track. Um, I alluded earlier, I do like your eight,
Hmm.
and don't want to really elaborate anymore. Very good turf horse, and like when I was so rude and I interrupted you. Anyway, I mentioned that he did have that late kick uh, in that last race and finished a very respectable second. Um, so I am eight's going to be on my ticket. And another horse that's going to be on my ticket is the three, Monique's Daredevil. Um, she she's Monique has Jamie Rodriguez on different jock in the irons. And this horse has got a pedigree that likes the green stuff. So I'm banking on on this turf again. Very good turf horse, and the pedigree, and with Jamie Rodriguez back in the irons, I think that's a smart one to keep on. Uh, like you, I'm trying to keep my ticket to a minimum. Like right now, it's like $80. So I did have a third horse on here, and that was the two, La Smarty. It's a pretty decent turf speed, and also I like this first off the claim. Skylar Spanable is a good little bug girl here at Delaware, and I like the drop that this horse is taking. Um, and the trainer has a nice record first off the claim. So I'm going 8-3-2 for race three.
8-3-2. Um, the three is the three's main track only, correct?
That's accurate. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll see, and as we get closer to the post time, we'll see if that horse gets scratched or not, which
Well, if it's
very
main
well
track
could.
only, I just want to say I'm going to include the 3-2 then. I just want to cover my bases there. Okay, so 8-3-2. So we're both three deep there. Realistically, I'll probably include flat out Phoebe because once post time comes, I'm like, I can't risk saying that on the show and then not playing it.
Is it?
Especially after Dennis called me out. I'm going to be the biggest flat out Phoebe fan tomorrow. You have no idea.
What
Just
did
so I can
Dennis call
rub
you
it.
out on?
I don't know. Well, I just seen the comment, the 5.
Oh,
I
oh,
guess.
yeah, I can't. My comments are all not coming up, but that's fine. Um, but all right, race four.
Yeah.
Um,
All right. So race 4. We are going again a mile and 70 yards, but this time we are on the dirt.
yep.
We only have a 6-horse field as of now, with the coupled entry as the one, and this is a 42K allowance race for 3-year-olds and up. I started us off, Tom. Take it away.
All right. This race was relatively simple for me.
Cool.
Um, I may single based on what happens tomorrow. Uh, Two big beautiful wall. Um, Good horse. Have seen this horse obviously because it's run at Delaware Park. You're going to get sick of me saying that, AJ. They're not all donkeys. But big beautiful wall last time out lost to Macklemore Avenue, which we all know is a pretty decent horse, and two times ago lost at Delaware Park to Ocean's Map. Ocean's Map just won a stakes race 2 weeks ago, the Cape Henel Open at Delaware. Uh, it's got the Ness Express. It's got the leading jockey trainer combo. Again, that last time out just finished short at Delaware Park 2 races ago. So two is definitely on my ticket. I would be upset if the four beats me, which I'm putting on my ticket. Confessor, Danny Centano is another one. I believe he's the third. He's the third jockey. I know you know your jockey stats like Rain Man over there, AJ. But he does have the best speed. And he won a really he was really strong last time out. And won that race back in July with Danny in the irons. It's second time that Danny will be on this horse. So I just went 2-4 here.
All right. I want nothing more in my life to play against this 2 and beat it. But just because, and the reason I say that is we're going back to an allowance race now. Or not back to an allowance race. Sorry. There was something about it I wasn't a huge fan of. The 4 I'm tossing. I do not believe in the 4. It ran a 110 in a claimer. Like, cool, good for you. It's been getting its ass kicked at parks in allowance races for what seems like forever. I want to beat this 2 because I just think it's beatable. That might not be true because I am going to include it. I mean, the 3-2. How do you not? So it is on my ticket. The 2 is on my ticket, but I do want to beat it so very, very badly. 4 I'm tossing. 3 I'm tossing. I love this coupled entry in the 1 and 1A. And here's my thing: is I can kind of make a case a little bit, even if one scratches, which I don't know.
What? Yeah, one will definitely scratch because
the one will.
Well, no. You know what? I don't know.
See, it's so weird to me because I mean, a lot of times anymore, I do see them both entered. I mean, at least in
and
New
one
York,
will be scratched. Yeah.
Well, no, I see they see them both entered. Is what I'm saying.
Gotcha. Okay.
Like you get if I get both of them, hell yeah. If I get one of them, I can sort of still make a case just to play either one. Big City
Gotcha.
Bob, who is now a 4-year-old, has 9 starts and 2 wins. Mm-hmm. Now, this is a horse who's ran against Happy Saver, Pneumatic, Jesus's Team, Tis the Law, and you know how I feel about Tis the Law. Like, I don't care. And this is a horse who's beaten Mischievous Alex. I know it's been a long time since this horse has ran, but this horse ran as a 3-year-old. I can only imagine it's matured as now at 4 years old. I know it's been a long time, but if you give me that, bigger. If you give that sort of like just opportunity for me to beat like a 3-2 shot with something like that, I'm going to take it based on competition alone, because this horse ran against the best of the best as a 3-year-old. Now comes back as 4. To me, it's like, well, look, I mean, just based off of what it's ran against, I have to play it. I can't sit there and not. The 1A, the Right Path, is interesting to me if this horse is the one that entered and not Big City Bob, and just strictly off of the fact that it ran 2 lengths back to Mr. Phil. Now, Mr. Phil won a big allowance race up at Aqueduct not that long ago. Mr. Phil's a really good horse.
Thank you. Yep.
And I know this horse is a little bit shaky at times, but it's also ran big numbers and had big performances. So I think if I can get one of those out here, like one of those like 100 plus time forms, or one of those big numbers or performances that it's able to do, it's clearly able to do. It's 5 years old. I mean, it's gone the last 2 years and put up big numbers at big times. I think I can get a win out of this horse too. So I got to have the 2. I'm going to do the coupled entry, either one of them. If I get both, awesome. I love that. I love the fact that I might get both of them. That'd be great. And then for even more of a price, I'm going to throw in the 5.
The 5, okay.
I think the 5 is the second best time form number.
There's only 6 horses of this race. Well,
yes, exactly. So I know I'm taking a big old shot here. If the 2 comes in, then I wasted my time. You're right, but God damn it, if I get one of these other 2 in there,
I'll tip my cap.
Yeah. So again, Carroll stays on after a big win at a mile in an allowance race here at Delaware. So it can win at Delaware, especially because it wasn't doing that great at Parks the last 2 times out. Now comes back, runs a number way above what it had shown before. And again, like I said, this horse before, I mean, it's only 4 years old. I had run the best time form number in this group at 107 back at Parks in the 36K allowance race at this distance. Hibachi, I think at 10-1, if you're gonna, you don't have to play him in your multi-race wagers, but I think underneath, I think he's a must-have at the very very least. I think this horse is capable of putting up a number or putting up a performance that's just as good as anybody else in this race, the two included. So I'm gonna go with a 3-2 shot in the race. Call me crazy, I don't give a shit. 1-2-5.
1-2-5. Okay. You told me you didn't do much homework. You were
When did I say that? Don't put words in my mouth.
okay. All right. Race 5. I like you're a good poker player. You're a very good poker player.
You do what you got to do, man. All right. So race 5, we have a 27K starter allowance for 3-year-olds and up. We are going a mile and 16th. We are on the turf as of right now. I believe I'm starting this one.
Sure, go ahead.
All right. So race
Yeah,
5.
You've been talking a lot, so go ahead.
Oh, okay. Race 5 was easy for me. I'm just playing the 2 Ness horses. I'm going to go Ness Rodriguez. Worked for me before. Got a big layoff on a horse that I think, has put up 2 solid numbers in a row. 3-year-old, about to. I love young horses, big layoffs, and then coming back to something different because I just think you never really know what they're capable of. This horse has been training really well. Now comes back, and you've got Ness with his number 1 jockey, I would imagine at this point.
Yeah, it's the number 1 jock in the track.
For Ness. Yeah, give me Ness and Rodriguez all day long. The other one I thought was very interesting because this horse, let me look at my notes. Seems to get so 3-year-old seems to get better every single time it's ran. When you look, especially when you look at its numbers, and then has its biggest performance, and then old Jamie Ness comes in there and just snatches him up for 25K.
Yep.
And to think that Jamie Ness doesn't know what he's doing at Delaware Park, he clearly sees something in this horse. This horse proved that he's probably right, and then now comes back. He throws him on the turf. Hell, shit. I'll take that every single time, especially at 8-1. So I'm going to go 6-8, and that's all I got.
Excellent work with the 6. Jamie is a fantastic first-time claimer, and you said it well. He knew something was up. He's putting this horse on the turf first time. Yeah, I love the 6. I don't, however, have much faith in the other horse that you like. So I did not. I only went too deep here. I like this Gulf Shipper, the 3, with. I'm sorry, it's a Cartone, I believe. But I like how Danny's
Cartano?
Yes.
Cartano.
Yeah, Cartano. Switches to a higher jockey, of course, with Danny. I like the drop running with a little bit of a higher crowd down there at Gulfstream. Added blinkers, and is a pretty decent turf horse as well. The prime numbers here are probably is 137 on Brisnet. The next closest is 122. So that's a pretty significant amongst the other horses. So I just went 3-6. Just went 2.
3-6.
The horse that I am worried about that could come and steal this is which one was that?
The 9.
The 9? No,
I'm just
no.
Well, here let's bring this up. A horse that can see it because Dennis thinks I'm ignoring him, and we have a lot to talk about what's going on in the chat right now because I'm only looking at certain things. Dennis wants to know thoughts on the 1 for 1 at Delaware in a race scheduled for the turf, put on the dirt as good breeding at 15-1.
One last time out.
One
Yeah,
last time
that's
out, coming out of Woodbine. I will tell
yeah, but it's a little bit of a jump. Yeah, it's a little bit of a jump from last
you
time
want to
out.
you want to know what's funny about this is I immediately seen that. I didn't know the race he won was scheduled for the turf. Was the fact that there was an Attard in like 17 of them, all different Attards in the Queen's Plate, and none of them could win. So for
Oh
some
wow.
reason that just put me away. I couldn't go with it. But clearly, this comment is from Randy, not Sarah, because we all
No,
know
we
Sarah's
all
not
know
Randy's not
we
Sarah's
all
favorite.
we all know AJ is Sarah's favorite.
Well, I think
Um,
Sarah's favorite.
ah,
Um,
I gotcha. I gotcha.
so no, Dennis, I was not ignoring you, but I don't think it's a bad angle,
No,
right?
no, not
I
at all.
mean,
And
it's
I'm sorry, Dennis. I couldn't see my comments aren't working. So yeah, I'm not ignoring you either.
well, and the one thing
Um,
too we've always heard, and I think it was Dan Blacker who told us that, who kind of confirmed it for us on air. It was sort of, when you're going from turf to or synthetic to turf, like Woodbine to the turf at Delaware, that's an easier transition from like dirt to turf, which I think both of my horses are going from dirt to turf.
yeah,
So I
yeah.
mean,
I know.
yeah, it's
Yeah, I know
definitely
this.
not a bad
I
play.
know the six definitely is going that way. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the one could get in the mix. Might be a good horse to play underneath too.
I'm just saying, if Dennis is going to
Uh,
come out here and throw the one out there, and then try to badmouth me for picking the 5 earlier, then I mean, come on, Dennis, what are we doing here? What are we
well,
doing?
if that five with if the five with
Can't have that.
your
Can't
girl,
win with it, Dennis. Come on, let's go. Oh,
Dennis.
Dennis is not taking it today.
What about the two? What about the two? Did you see who the trainer was on the two?
A Leatherberry. I
King
can't
Leather.
pronounce.
He's like
Ach,
he has literally been training since like I think like the 40 the 50s or something like that. He is like so classic.
got Carol aboard,
Yep, yep.
and
It was
apparently
and he
Dennis.
won last time out
Yep.
as a bomber. It was something like it was like 60-1 or something.
You know what it
But
was? No,
yeah, what
seven to
was
one
it? No. Last time out, it was quite a bomber.
for
It
the
might have been like
two.
yeah.
I got 7-1 here on time for him.
No. Last time out.
Yeah,
Okay.
on the 2
Maybe I'm thinking of a different horse.
in
I
that
apologize.
maiden claimer.
Yeah.
I got
No.
7. It might
It was a
it
different
might have
horse.
been a
I'm
huge.
sorry.
Oh! You're saying Leatherberry's got had a
Yes. Yes.
my bad. Sorry.
Yes. No problem.
My
No
bad.
problem. No, you don't listen to me. That's fine.
Yeah, that's not true. I've been so just so everyone knows, there is a massive storm happening where I'm at right now, and my light over there has been flickering on and off like we're about to lose power. So if you lose me, that is why.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
None of your picks are gonna win anyway, except for that sixth last race. So we could move on to the sixth race, the 5.5 furlong Blue Hen
Well,
Stakes
I was gonna introduce it.
for
Go ahead. You know what?
$50,000.
It's a Delaware Park race. You introduce it, or stakes race. You introduce
The
it.
thing about not interrupting, that's whatever. So it's a race 6. Whoop-de-doo. We're going on the dirt. The nice dirt here at Delaware, 5.5 furlongs. We have a purse of $50,000 for Delaware bred or certified filly 2-year-olds. So with that,
That was terrible.
I
Awful.
oh I know. Yeah, and that's fine.
Man.
I learned from you, man.
What are we doing? What are we doing here?
All right. So I went 3 deep here. I started with the 1. All of a sudden, your new favorite jockey, Carol Cedeno, on that 1. Very impressive, very impressive dirt last race. And again, hell of a prime power number with this 1. I went my second horse was 3. Show who's boss. Danny is in the irons. Has not raced for a little bit, but do like the workouts over the past past couple weeks. And my final horse here is the 6. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We've said this guy's name a dozen times. Finished second last race. Um, and gotta love the combo. Um, Last race finished second, but again came came off the pace to finish second. No, it was not a wasn't a terrible ride, wasn't a terrible outing for the horse. So I went 1-3-6.
All right. So I'm gonna change on the fly what I did. Strictly because I had the 1 here too. And I think I've picked every Garo Cedeno horse so far.
No, not last race.
Okay, well, either way. This was the one I wasn't super high on, honestly.
Okay.
Just because I looked at the 3 and I almost wanted to single it. Numbers wise, when I looked at it on time form, you're looking at a 79 in that maiden claimer, as opposed to the 70 in the main special weight, both at Delaware. And what's interesting to me is the fact that I know the number wasn't there, but when I looked at the actual pace fractions, like the pace numbers, and considered the fact that like it wasn't the best like run for him, like was bumped at the start. I mean, it could have had 1,000 times better trip, and then still blew the doors off by 5.5. I love the 3. I love it a lot. Centeno's on, who I believe is number 3 on the jockey standings, if I'm not mistaken.
He listens.
Yep. Well, I knew that going in. That was that's on my notes. And then the other one who
And he can write.
I'm gonna take. I can read and write. The other one that I'm gonna take a shot with, and then again, this is just going back off of the only thing that concerns me is that it ran 4.5 last time out, but in its first ever start in a maiden special weight at Charlestown, it ran pretty well, especially considering what I looked at for the pace figures here on time form. And according to the pace figures, this horse will probably and should beat this one to the turn and be so forwardly placed enough where I believe this horse can steal it. And at 10-1, I mean, I don't know how it's going to run at Delaware. I don't know how the transition is going to go, but 10-1, I just feel like it's worth a shot to me so much.
You're talking the 4?
Where the 4. I mean, realistically, when you look at the horse I'm super high on, I mean, this horse ran a better figure last time out at Charleston.
With horses like this, I kind of back off on until race day. And Dennis brought up a good point. There's no jockey named yet, so does that matter to you if it's say your girlfriend Carol goes on it? Her horse gets scratched, or say some bug boy gets on it. I mean, does it matter to you? And I'm not busting your balls. I'm actually just asking the question.
Well, it doesn't matter because I don't know most of the jockeys there anyway.
Gotcha.
So no.
If he's 2 pounds over, 3 pounds under.
I mean, look, it might be. I mean, when you see that the day before and it doesn't have a jockey on, I get it. It might be scratched before tomorrow when we don't even see that, because actually on time form, and here's the thing is I love weird things like this, like weird little stupid like angles where it's like I've never seen on time form no jockey named, or at least nothing that says rider TBA, and it's not even on there at all. Like, it's just one of those weird things. 10-1, yeah, sure, give it to me. Why not? I mean, just looking at the numbers, I think it's competitive.
It's fine.
I think it'll be the leader.
Yeah.
coming home, and
Yeah,
we'll
I think you're
see
right.
if it holds on. I mean, the only thing that concerns me is the 4.5 to 5 and the extra furlong,
A
just
little bit of a stretch.
because it did get beat going 4.5 last time. But I mean, I think second time out. I mean, yeah, why not?
Cool. Okay, so you've been talking so long. What was that? The one in the four, and who else?
I don't remember what I want. No, I because you picked the one, I threw the one out.
Oh, right.
Just strictly to be different. Because I like the three a lot. I do think the three is gonna win. But when you pick the one, that opened up the door for me to just go with the
Understood.
5 for a shot. And well, Dennis says, well, what about the 2 and the 5? Dennis, if you've been Oh no, I went sorry, I went 3-4. Dennis wants to know about the 2 and he seems to want to know about every horse we don't pick.
No, that's
So
fine. No, Perez is new is really doing well. Dennis, the on the two, it's a 5-2 morning line, which I think is pretty generous for this horse. Um, has decent speed. I think 5-2 is a stretch. Um, but watch that two come out on top. Um, and what the other one he asked about the 5?
5.
Uh, oh, he's saying because it's the same jockey. I understand what you mean.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
I guess that's probably just another TBD kind of thing.
Huh. Yeah, so clearly one of them is going to get scratched.
Yeah, or they get
Or they find somebody else.
or they find they get a jockey. Maybe Aubrey doesn't have a jet mount, or Angel Suarez doesn't have a mount, or somebody, and they throw
Well, I mean, it's
the
only a
gets that.
6-horse race. I
Yeah,
mean,
I'm sure there's a couple
what,
jockeys around there,
Jamie's in
nothing to
there.
do.
The 4 doesn't have one listed. Centennial's in there. Yeah, Angel's not in there. Your girl Green isn't in there.
No, so
Yeah.
I don't know how that that's last second finagling. You might see Joe Trejo's on there, somebody one of the lesser known guys.
Yeah, it's weird that the stakes race in this one doesn't really have that.
Yeah,
Kind of figured out.
it's a little bit disappointing.
What are
Quite
we doing
honest.
down there in Delaware, Tom? I mean, you don't actually have a job there, so like, why don't we go into the office and be like, what are we doing, guys? Can't
No,
have
no,
this. Can't have
we're
this the
not.
night before a stakes race. What are we doing?
We went through this last weekend, last week, Dennis. Tom can ride a nice big fat paint, it, but not run. We can trot, but no, guys like me and AJ and Randy, three big fellas. We're not going down that avenue again.
Yeah, no. At best, I can lead the horse out there. But no, I mean, Tom. I mean, you're gonna get paid tomorrow to be there, correct? Right.
I hope so. Yeah, we'll
Well,
see
so
what
you're gonna
happens.
get paid tomorrow to be there, and you're not gonna do anything except for like tweet about it.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, like, why don't you
Oh,
take like 10 minutes to go up to the stewards and be like, dude, what are we doing here? Can't have this.
It's
Like,
fine.
I mean, we're trying to do a show last night, and we don't know who the jocks are on most of these horses in the stakes race.
There's one's TBD. There's
I mean, not
Javier's
even
on
listed.
2 horses.
Yeah, I got guy on 2 horses. I mean, what are we doing, Delaware? What's going on?
And there we go. See, you would think I'm in charge of it all.
You'd never see this at Saratoga. Hold for laughter.
We'll see. We'll see.
Hold for everyone.
I think
and big pop. Yeah.
Oh man, I miss it. I love it. I love being the butt of all jokes. It's great.
Oh, I didn't. That wasn't even pointing at you, really.
No, that's fine.
No, that's Tom. Fine. Oh, Mr. Delaware. The
race
master.
7.
I had a bunch of nicknames that I made up for you. Do you want to hear them?
Of course.
Yeah. While we're in the middle of pick 5, and this has nothing to do with races, but
no
one's
nothing.
Yeah,
no, nobody. My pick 5's already screwed up anyway. So
yeah, it's just Dennis out there. I think you should be the master key to DP. Ooh, like
Okay.
that? They like that?
Okay.
Well,
Somebody went to rhyming class.
yeah. You got a master's degree and pedigree. You'll be picking so many winners, they might as well call you Sunny Lee. Suni Lee. Sorry. Whoever the Olympics was. Suni Lee.
I don't know him.
All the people. No, you don't know him. It's a girl. Come on, man.
I
Simone
know
Biles
Sonny
got hurt, and
Corleone.
then
I don't know
Suni
any
Lee
other
came in
Sonny.
and won the gymnastics gold medal. Jesus
Go, Sonny
Christ.
Lee.
Did they not get the Olympics there in Delaware yet?
I don't have. If it's not in Four Horses of Tail, I don't watch it.
The Olympics, man. All right, well, let's move on because
Moving on.
Tom can't comprehend pop culture references.
But go ahead. No, go ahead. Did you have another one or two?
No, I'm done. So race 7, it's a 3-year-old and up. We're going 8K. It's a claiming race at 7.5. We are on the turf as of now. I like putting that out there. Do you want me to go, Tom, or you want to go?
Go ahead. Like I said, my ticket, I probably think, is already going to be off. So
I am 100% positive this first horse you're going to have too. And let me ask you, Tom, is a 7 on your ticket?
It's not.
Oh my! What are we doing, Tom?
It's not.
All last week.
The race 7, right?
Yeah. The one horse we loved.
Dr. Ant.
The one horse we loved that you ended up singling. This horse lost to by a neck. In the same level of claimers that we have here at Delaware Park, and that's Don't Charge It, who lost to Dr. Ann, our favorite.
Yeah.
And you're not going to pick this horse, Tom?
That was my last. That was my last cut.
I find it offensive. I mean, just the fact that the first time I've ever played Delaware, and we come in and we both like the same horse. We both like this horse. And then the horse that just narrowly lost to this horse the last time it ran. And I will get to this too. Also, the fact that it did beat Hetty G. Now, Hetty G, hold for judgment before you hear me talk about it, because I will talk about it a little later. But the 7 I have at 4-1, lost to Dr. Ann twice. Dr. Ann came back, was our favorite horse last week in I believe an 8K claimer too as well. I know it's the turf as compared to the dirt, what we looked at last time, but I don't care. I think the fact that this horse has been on that Dr. Ann's heels, and Dr. Ann came and ran exactly how we thought she was, and won there 4-1. Give it to me every time. The other horses I'll talk about, and I have another horse. I mean, obviously, I'm going to throw the 9 in there, just because the last 3 races on the turf, the 2 16K claimers at a mile at Pimlico, comes here, first time back at Delaware, whatever. Didn't run super well, but now gets another opportunity. And not to mention that was a 40K allowance race. Now drops, big time in class down to this 8K claimer.
Yeah.
I would have to think I don't think you'll get 3-1 here. I think you're going to get a lot less than 3-1. That should be the post time favorite. It's been trading well. Yada, yada, yada. Throw it on your ticket. You have to. Now, where I'm indifferent is the third horse I'm going to throw in here, because I can keep what I have now, and it's like a $36 ticket, or I can go up. And I'm very poor. I can't afford an $80 ticket like you said. I think you had.
Which might be a little bit less. We'll see.
So I could either just go with throw my other horse in there with 54, or I can take it up to Tom. But I'm going to talk about both of them. The one I'll talk about, Pride Leader, who I didn't even write notes about, just because at the end of last year looked really well in these claimers. So far coming back, hasn't looked super great, but I do think there's maybe something to this 8-year-old where, every once in a while, these old horses just throw in a big effort and surprise you when they look like the form they had 2 years ago, whatever it may be. So I might give that horse a chance. We'll see. But if I'm gonna throw in my price horse, it's gonna be the 10 Hetty G. Now Hetty G, who I know fairly well because
Donkey.
this was a pretty good horse back in the end of last year in at the claiming level of the New York tracks like Saratoga and Belmont. Had a really good run there with Wesley Ward, actually of winning these like claiming races and stuff. So I like the fact that this horse has not looked great since leaving Ward's barn, and now they're like, well, let's try the turf. And 8-1. I mean, look, what was it like 16K claimer? Actually, I'll tell you, the 14K claimer that she won at Belmont is like a $99 million allowance race compared to what we're going against here at Delaware Park. So this is a massive drop in class for her if I just go off one of her best victories. So I do think I like the fact that this horse has not ran well for the last year, and then it's like, well, let's give it a different shot because there's a big effort in her. There's a competitive horse in her. Give her a chance. Let's see what happens. 8-1. Why not?
All right.
So 7, 9, 10.
You went 3 deep there?
Yep. 90.
All
The
right.
90. Yes, Dennis. The $99 million claimer at Belmont.
Hey, missed out on that. You would have thought there would have been more stuff about that one. $99 million.
Yeah.
Well, you broke that down very well. Hetty G has been a very disappointing for me this year, and I hope she for your sake, I hope she wins, but for my sake, I hope she does not.
Probably won't. I just feel bad not playing her.
I understand. No, and I said she's run a bunch this summer, and I'm like, oh, this is a good horse. This is a good horse. This is a good horse. No. And just disappointing. I'm like, damn it, I'm going to stop throwing my money away on you.
Well, the thing, and I don't want to interrupt. I'm sorry. Thing too is they run her off short rest all the time.
Yeah.
Which I never understand. That too.
No, it's fine. It's an open discussion, man. I'm not as anal as you. We can right. talk. I'm not like Rain Man where just rattling off statistics. We can have some back and forth, some conversation perhaps about my picks and about my love for my trainers and my jockeys out there. But I do like the 9 that you have referenced. Charlie Marquez is believe he's, and I was looking this up today. I know he was young. I believe he's only 20 years old, or 19 actually. He won the Pimlico meet, and he's running down at Colonial and Delaware Park. Busy kid, and he won, I believe, 2 on Monday at Delaware Park. He is a really good jockey, and this 3 horse he has been on in the irons ever down in Pimlico, that route back here in Delaware. Finished that last race wasn't the best race that the 9 had, but I'm definitely putting this 9 on my ticket. The another horse that I like here is the 3, and that is Sun Drenched with Carol Cedeno. I think that the 3 has got really it's under. I'm surprised that this horse is morning line 15-1. We'll see what happens closer to post time. Very good turf speed, and a little bit of a good that late kick that I like, especially the last race or 2. But yeah, at 15-1, I'm putting it on my ticket to get a little bit juicy because I kind of so far I've gone kind of mid-level, cup some chalk, and a little bit of mid-level, trying to get a price here. And I believe you had mentioned the 2, or Dennis mentioned the 2. So, but another interesting horse. We saw him down at Colonial a couple weeks ago. Now we're running back and forth between Colonial and Delaware. So it's going to a very good shipper trainer with Dale in there and Jamie Rodriguez in the irons.
Yeah.
Again, that's back to your love of Jamie Rodriguez. I do like that, but I do like that running with a little bit of higher class competition down Virginia, and then coming back here. So I have 9, or 2, 3, 9 in numerical order.
It's hard not to like him in any race he runs because I mean he does have 15 more wins than any other jockey here right now. Like I mean,
but he'll probably also has
he's
the
crushing.
mounts. Yeah,
Well,
he also gets those mounts.
Honestly, not. Oh,
Right, because he has been earlier in the media splitting his time between here and Parks.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I think he's been down, and maybe he was at Monmouth once or twice.
Yeah, not as many more as you'd think as he does. Honestly,
he's on
I mean, he's only got like 10 or 15 more than Carol.
Yeah,
and she's 2.
Yep.
So yeah, what he's done is pretty impressive. And hold on, Dennis. The Anal Arab won this weekend. Where? I need to know that exactly right now.
Jay likes that. Jay likes that 3 too.
Jay does? Why do you know? Oh yes, you're right. Sundress 50-1, the 6 at 20-1. He likes my 7. The 6, huh?
The 6 with Aubrey and Galvin. Okay.
Fair enough.
I will tip my cap with that.
Yeah,
I won't be upset if the 6 beats me because it's a decent horse. I can't.
I get the I get the 6 angle. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. I will not be upset if that horse beats me. I'll be upset if your 7 beats me. But if Jay's 6 beats me, I will be happy.
How would you get upset if the 7 beat you? After you just talked about all last week about how we like Dr. Ann. And that horse has come back and
I'll be more upset with myself for not playing.
Oh, okay. All right. That's a fair
point. Just I'm always upset at you, so
that's great. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you just it's a lifetime of abuse, but that's fine. That's what the step kid does. I'm the step kid, so
for those of you who don't watch the Triple Clown show, Tom is our step clown, and so
I'm gonna do a red. I'll do a red wig maybe in a show or two, so I can be literally
I just want you to have like the Rudolph nose. Like you squeeze it and it squeaks.
So we did our picks.
Our picks. Let's run through each of ours. I started to write yours down and then I forgot. So
I forgot to write my own down.
Okay. The fact that you didn't have them written down already was kind of weird, but I went 9-8-5 with the 1-2-5 with the 6-8 with the 3-1 with the 7, 9, and 10. That ticket's a little bit more expensive than actually what I originally had written down because I ended up adding horses and taking them out. So it's probably around $50, I would think. Tom, can you remember? Do you know yours by memory?
No. I got it. Yeah, no.
Okay.
Race 3, 2-3-8. Race 4, 2-4. Race 5, 3-6. Race 6, 1-3-6. Race 7, 2-3-9. Depending on what happens, I may cut one of those to be a little bit more affordable ticket. When you start adding, they just all of a sudden gets. One more horse is like $20 or something. Right now it's about an 80, I think $81 ticket. But we'll see what happens with that. Take a look at what happens in the morning, see if any of these horses get scratched, which the only anticipations I see is we can get some scratches for the heat. So just keep that in mind.
Well, and we might not in that stakes race because we don't really know what jockey's not listed.
No, I think they call somebody out of the crowd. If you hit the early daily double, you get to ride that 5.
Ooh, that'd be what a promotion that would be for Delaware. Come show up, and if you hit the daily double, you get to ride in the stakes race. It wouldn't surprise me if they had to stoop that low. I would say, Tom, this is a pivotal moment for this show in its young infancy. The fact that we've gone once and we both hit the pick 3. Now we've stepped up the game. Raised the ante, and we're doing a pick 5. And I just want to know, how embarrassing is it going to be for you when I come in and I hit the pick 5 and you are out in the first leg?
Oh, is that going to be weird? It's not going to be embarrassing at all.
Are people going to pick on you at Delaware after that happens?
It's not going to be embarrassing at all. No, I don't profess myself as a as the best handicapper in the world. No.
Funny you mentioned that. Funny you mentioned that.
Yes. Okay.
You don't proclaim yourself as the best handicapper in the world, because I feel like maybe you do, or at least you might be one of the biggest Twitter trolls I think I've ever seen.
I know where you're going.
So for those of you who are still with us, and if you're not, this is your loss. Because so last week, I believe it was on Wednesday, Tom tweets out a picture of a single pick 5 that hit for $20,000+ and he gets all these congratulations on Twitter. People are talking to him like, "Oh man, nice hit. Oh, what'd you do? You play birthday numbers?" Like, "Oh, congratulations, Tom." And Tom trolled us all because he never once stated online
didn't hit
that was not what he played. Tom, I love it.
I never said
troll. It was great.
No, I never. All I wanted to do was say, "Hey, everybody, Mr. I make fun of Delaware Park. Look what this pick 5 paid. We missed. I didn't say I hit it. I didn't post a little thing, the little green thing that says you won. Because usually when I hit tickets, it's like you won $11. But
$11.10.
Oh, $11.10. Yes, I did get that. But no, all I was saying seriously was, hey, shit, somebody hopefully hit this. And so many, you text me, you're like, holy shit, did you really hit that? And I'm like,
I did.
No, I never said I hit I never said I hit it.
Well, everyone in the world was trying to figure out where you got that image from, because we're like, what is happening? Yeah, Tom just played 5 horses and won the pick 5.
Yeah, no. Anybody who knows me for any amount of time knows that's
no, Dennis, that's exactly what we're saying. We're saying is Tom basically defrauded the public by saying
I didn't defraud anybody. I defrauded Stu Knotts like yourself. Stu Knotts like yourself. Oh, well, Tom hit this. Well, no, you have to learn reading comprehension. You have to learn reading comprehension. I said, well, look at this. And that's all I said. There was no sense behind it. Hey, I hit this. Holy shit. First of all, I'm not that stupid. If I hit something that big, I'm not putting it out online so the tax man can see.
Oh, I would. No, I'm telling everybody. No, but I mean, you never specifically. Well, that's the thing, though, Tom, is everyone was congratulating you about your great hit, and you never proved them wrong. So, did you lie? I don't know.
Did I lie what?
No, you didn't lie, but you did infer to people based on the photo.
No, it was simply a screenshot from TVG. It said, "Hey guys, somebody hit this, or see Delaware Park pays."
You said see Delaware Park pays. Like, yeah, I hit this. No big deal. No, it
gets back to reading comprehension. I mean, I don't know what you're from some place out there in the Midwest. I don't know if they have reading in your school system, but
not yet. But they just started.
Okay, good. Well, then when you can read, you'll be able to understand. I just meant hopefully somebody hit this. I never stated, hey, I hit this, but I can see because I got a bunch of private messages like, holy shit, dude. I'm like, no, I didn't. Thank you. You know,
That
it
that
was
it,
humorous. You
yeah,
and I, you and I were texting back. It was pretty fucking humorous.
because that's originally what I thought. I'm like, did he really hit that? Oh my god! Because what you see on like horse racing Twitter is most of the time they show their TVG, like, oh, I hit that. Like Razor does that. Like we all know Razor. On this, he'll show his
Right,
like TVG
right,
ticket, and it
right.
shows like what you hit, and so
Mm-hmm.
it looked like that in a sense. And many people took that as you just
All
went
right.
single
Nope.
for 20K,
No, I'm
and
not
it
that
was
smart.
awesome. It was
It
awesome.
was it
Tom,
was funny.
it was the best troll I've seen on horse racing Twitter, and since
The
Swift.
funniest part is I didn't try to troll. I just
Yeah, but you did,
that's where it's
and it
fun.
was awesome. Um,
All right. Take the
Jay says
compliments
if
where I can get them.
yeah, Jay says if AJ hits the big five, I will comment on every show he does that he is the greatest handicapper ever for a whole year. I will hold you to that because I'm 1 for 1 in playing sequences at Delaware Park ever. Just FYI.
Pretty good. That's a pretty good.
Yeah, I'm hitting 100%.
Hey man, good work by you.
So
We got some. Will be
Jay
a
might want to
little bit more
delete his
interesting.
count if I do hit it, which
No,
we
I just took a screenshot of it. So we
Dennis
got it.
says Dennis.
We're good, Jay.
All right, so now we have to point this up too. Dennis says he'll also do that.
I won't.
Yeah, I figured you wouldn't. But here's the thing, though.
The blind squirrel finds the nut every once in a while.
You don't have to because you're going to do the show with me every Wednesday from here on out after that. And it's going to look
so I'm
pretty
gonna have
bad.
to hear your shit. Yep,
it's going to look pretty bad when the one guy Delaware Park pays to literally do nothing but probably. I mean, what do you do there all day? You just play races?
You see, I just promote the track. Yeah. It's not like I just promote the track.
So you do nothing.
Make a fun, happy place.
So you play the races and you go around and talk to people and
pretty
tweet
much
about it. Dude, yeah. That's a great job. I don't want. I'm not trying to bury you for that.
It's not. No, it's not. It's a little bit less glamorous than you think. I have a full-time job. I do this on the side for fun. It's not. I don't want you to think I'm.
Wow.
I do this on the side for fun. I have my full-time job that keeps me occupied.
Shout out to you for taking Delaware's money for just kind of hanging out. I mean, that's a great job. I think everyone wants that job. Randy has that job, which is kind of upsetting to me that I know 2 people who just hang out at the track all day and get paid to do so. But that being said, Tom,
AJ,
closing remarks. Should we do those? Let's do that. Oh, real quick, for anyone still there, we don't exactly have a name for this show yet.
And we're in its infancy.
Yeah, because we kind of did this. It's listed as Trip to the Minors because it was going to be like, oh, I play Saratoga. Tom's from Delaware. We don't really like that. If you watch this, give us a name. Maybe we'll pick it. We don't know because we'd like to do something a little bit better. That's a little more glamorous than saying that Delaware is the Minors and yada, yada, yada. So if you have a name for our show, go ahead and name it. If you name it and we pick it, then I guess we'll bring you on, right? We got to do that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
for sure. We'll bring you on.
Absolutely.
We'll have you joke around with us for an hour on a random.
Yeah, Tuesday, because we've done more joking than picking, and that's awesome.
Honestly, we probably didn't pick very well. So
no, it's going to be a fun day tomorrow. I actually took a half a day off of my day job. I'm going to be there all day.
What's funny is I'm not working tomorrow either, so I will be playing Delaware the whole day, and I'm excited.
I'll wave to you from the paddock.
You should. I am excited.
I'll get a little sign. AJ sucks.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna text you all day long, and just be like, dude, what the hell are you doing? Like I seen you just randomly in the background on TVG. Like what? Like what? Why are you
I
eating?
get
Why are you eating your third plate of nachos? Like
I
what's
get
going
that
on?
I get that a lot. They're like just wave. I got a text from just wave. I'm like, yep, there I am, like in some one of those random people in the background. But yeah, that's fine. I'll see if I've got any poster board or something around here. I'll just stand with my sign. AJ sucks. Um,
Tell because I loved how Aubrey and Angel Suarez liked the show, and then I immediately followed them, and I see them talking all the time. Tell them I say hi. Tell them all I say
cool.
hi.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. No,
For
they like they Aubrey told me after one of the after she's like we're watching it in between races. She's like I was fucking rolling on my seat. So I said, hey, that's a good thing. And that was with you ripping it apart. So imagine as you're getting a little bit nicer towards the track.
then next week
Imagine it
I'm just
now.
gonna tear Delaware a new one,
But yeah,
especially when I
so
leave.
it's good. It's good. They're happy that they're getting some love, so to speak.
No, shout out to all the people out there at Delaware. Hopefully we at least one of us hits, so the people in the comments who are stupid enough to actually tail our picks maybe hit. At the very least, I hope I hit so I can win money and then talk shit to all of you, especially Jay and Dennis from now on. But no, this has been fun, and we're gonna keep doing it. People, give us a name. We're gonna let you name us. If you name us and we pick it, we'll have you on the show. We'll talk some Delaware Park, at least until
October, end of October.
the extended AJ and Tom period. I'm gonna call that 2 weeks the AJ and Tom weeks.
I like it
because clearly we did one show and then they decided to extend the week or the meet.
2 weeks.
So, yeah,
2 weeks.
Those 2 weeks are our 2 weeks. One
That's
for
fine.
me, one for you.
We need more views on YouTube. Cool. Well, yeah, no, were there your closing your remarks? You're going to talk more.
No, oh, fuck you. that was good one. All right, I get it. All right.
That's fine. No, that's fine. No, this is gonna be fun. And we're thank you everybody for coming down, and yeah, keep the comments rolling. And if you don't like what we like, and we're talking Sarah and geez, thank you. Yeah, we're planning on getting a couple folks lined up. We're just trying to iron out a few things, but yeah, this show is in its infancy stages, and yeah, Dumb and Dumber would be fun, but we can't do that. So thank you for obviously. I didn't know Randy knew how to use Twitter, so credit to him.
He doesn't. I think someone's got to be there with him.
Yeah. I didn't think he had that ability. So with no further ado, yeah, thanks everybody, and I hope you don't lose power, AJ. And I know out in the trailer park. I know out there in the trailer park where you live, it gets
rough, man. It gets rough.
Yeah.
Can never count on these trailer parks to keep power. Yeah. Della Dumb and Della Dumber.
Oh my God. Oh, that he's a writer. He's a writer.
Of course, we tell everyone to give us a name, and then Randy pops in and just
he doesn't want to. Yeah, he's like, shit. I got to be on this show.
What a piece of shit.
I was on my own show. I don't want to be on this half-ass show.
That was pretty good. We're not going to use it, Randy, so you can clearly never come on the show. But let us know in the comments, Jay, what goes for the AJ and Tom experience, which I don't know if that's an experience everyone wants to have. But
no,
let DJ know on Twitter.
Sound like we're magicians.
Let Triple Clowns know on Twitter. Let us know in the comments. And Jay, I mean, you're one of like, it's just you and Randy and Dennis here right now. So
Yeah,
we'll
Jay.
probably just have you on anyway.
What's Jay's Twitter handle? Is he a Twitter guy?
I have no idea. Jay,
Okay.
real quick, tell us your Twitter. Because we don't know. I'm sure like Sarah knows, to be honest.
Okay. Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. Hit me up, buddy.
But I feel
Thank
like
you for
Jay's been
joining
around
us.
for a while.
Yep. Yep. But anyway,
good insight.
So, all right,
even
man.
you, Dennis. But you both are going to be calling me the greatest handicapper ever for the rest of your lives. It sounds like it's every time we're on. So,
Yeah.
thanks everybody for
absolutely,
watching.
Dennis.
Thanks everybody for watching. We will see you next week for next Wednesday's Delaware Park card, and we'll see you here every Tuesday for Delaware Park throughout the rest of their meet, and then we're gonna have to figure out something else to do after that.
We got some fun things going on. I think we got a couple things planned, so stay tuned.
Thankfully, Delaware gave us an extra 2 weeks to figure that out. So, all right. Good luck to everyone. Follow our picks. Don't follow our picks. It's probably a good idea not to, but we will see you next week for more Del Park, the first state. The first state face-off next week. We'll see you then. See you guys.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.